You worked 40 years. You saved. You put up with the grind. And every single time you saw something shiny and expensive, you told yourself, not yet. Wait for retirement. Well, guess what? You finally made it. It's your turn to live a little, right? You feel that itch in your chest. That voice telling you it's time to finally buy the big toy. But here's the cold, hard truth that the retail guys and the Wall Street suits ain't gonna tell you. They're waiting for you to hit exactly this moment. They know your guard is completely down because you feel like you earned it. Today, we are stripping down the 5 massive reward purchases that middle-class retirees finance. The exact same things that wealthy retirees flat out refuse to buy. These 5 things look like trophies, but they are actually financial landmines waiting to blow up your retirement. And stay with me, because trap number 3 feels like pure love, but it's actually financial suicide. I'm Earl, 30 years watching how real folks handle real money. Today, I'm showing you how to spot the showroom trap before it drains your hard-earned nest egg. We do real math here. No sugarcoating, just raw facts. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss this Real Talk Money playbook. Let's get right into it. Look, every single major purchase you make has 2 completely different lives. The first life is the showroom. It's the shiny day you sign the papers. You're picturing the open highway, total freedom, and the grandkids smiling in the back. But then comes the second life, the real life. The endless maintenance, the taxes, the insurance, and the quiet, steady bleeding of your cash flow. Wealthy retirees focus on the second life. The middle class gets blinded by the showroom shine. Let's start with trap number 1, the depreciation anchor, otherwise known as the dream RV or the retirement boat. Meet Walter. He's 65, freshly retired, and wanted to celebrate. So Walter drops $150,000 on a beautiful Class A motorhome. He pictured driving across the country, waking up in national parks with a cup of coffee. But let's look at how that actually played out for him. Walter uses that massive rig exactly 11 days a year. 11. The other 354 days? It sits in a locked storage lot costing him every month. He pays insurance, he pays registration, he pays to winterize the engine. And the real killer? The depreciation. 4 years later, that $150,000 rig is worth maybe 80 grand. Walter didn't buy freedom. He bought a $70,000 anchor that drags his net worth down. Wealthy retirees don't play this game. They rent. They rent the luxury RV for 3 weeks, have the exact same killer trip, and hand the keys right back. No storage, no maintenance, and 0 depreciation loss. They keep their cold cash invested and growing, while Walter's asset is rusting in the elements. And pay attention, because trap number 2 is hiding in your own house, looking like an investment. Rule number 1, never buy a rapidly depreciating asset for a part-time hobby. Trap number 2, the trendy renovation. Now that you're spending more time at home, you start looking around. Suddenly, that perfectly good kitchen you've had for years starts looking outdated. So you decide to drop $80,000 on a complete open-concept remodel. You get the quartz countertops, the farmhouse sink, the trendy matte black fixtures. It feels like you're putting money back into your home value, right? Wrong. That house value ain't gonna cover this. Here is the brutal math on these cosmetic makeovers. When you sell the house, you'll be lucky to get back 60% of what you spent on that kitchen. You just handed away $30,000 of your retirement safety net to the contractor. And for what? So the next buyer can rip it all out when the trends change in 10 years? Wealthy retirees renovate for structure. They fix roofs, plumbing, foundations. They do not burn their retirement capital on temporary fashion trends. If you want to refresh the kitchen, paint the cabinets and swap out the handles. Keep that 80 grand in your healthcare fund. Trust me, you're gonna need it. Wait until we get to trap number 3, because it's the hardest one to say no to. Rule number 2, Stop treating cosmetic home upgrades as investments. Trap number 3. The unfunded bank of mom and dad. This one ain't feeling like a purchase. It feels like pure love. Your daughter needs 10 grand for a house down payment. Your grandson needs 8 grand to cover a tuition gap. Your son-in-law wants 5 grand to kickstart a business idea. You write the checks because you want to help them succeed. But these aren't budgeted gifts. They are open-ended emotional drains. Over a 25-year retirement, these little write-offs start to compound. A $40,000 giveaway in year 3 isn't just 40 grand. It's the $85,000 that money would have grown into if it stayed in the market. It is the exact cash you're gonna desperately need when you require senior care down the road. Wealthy retirees are generous, but they are ruthless about budgeting their handouts. They set a hard annual limit for family help. When that bucket is dry, the bank is closed. You cannot be the safety net for your kids if it means you're going to end up moving into their guest room later. Do not become a burden tomorrow by trying to be a savior today. And stay tuned, because trap number 4 is the ultimate cash flow killer hiding in plain sight. Rule number 3. Set a hard, unbreakable cap on family handouts. Trap number 4. The too big dream home. This is the classic retirement trap. The big house near the lake or the golf course. You buy a 3,500 square foot house with 4 empty bedrooms. You tell yourself it's so the kids and grandkids have a place to stay when they visit. But let's be honest, the kids visit twice a year, maybe 3 times if you're lucky. What about the other 350 days? You are heating those empty rooms. You are cooling them. You are paying to clean them. And the silent killer? The property taxes. Your taxes don't care that you retired. They only go one direction, up. A giant house locks your monthly overhead at a massive, permanent number. Ask yourself, is this house serving your retirement? Or is your retirement serving this house? Wealthy retirees downsize aggressively. They buy exactly the space they live in daily. By cutting their taxes and utility bills in half, they free up massive monthly cash flow. They use that cash to actually travel and see the family, instead of waiting for them to visit. Hold on, because trap number 5 is a tiny percentage that quietly steals a third of your money. Rule number 4. Downsize to your daily reality, not your holiday fantasy. Trap number 5. The 1% peace of mind illusion, also known as the percentage-based financial advisor. The financial industry spends billions convincing you that investing is just too complicated for you. So they offer to handle it all, charging you just a tiny 1% fee on your portfolio every year. 1% sounds like a drop in the bucket, a total bargain, but it ain't. Let's do the real math. If you have $1 million nest egg, that's $10,000 out of your pocket every single year. But it gets worse. Over a 25-year retirement, that 1% fee ain't just costing you 250 grand. Because that money isn't compounding for you, it actually costs you over $350,000. 350 grand. Gone forever. And what did you get? A guy in a nice suit who calls you twice a year to tell you to hang tight. Wealthy retirees refuse to pay percentage-based fees. They hire fee-only, flat-fee fiduciaries. They pay a flat rate for a plan, or an hourly rate for advice. They never, ever hand over a slice of their total net worth year after year. Now, let's tie this all together so you can see the two paths side by side. Rule number 5, fire your percentage-based advisor and keep your own growth. Let's look at Walter again. 2 completely different paths. Path 1. Walter buys the RV, guts the kitchen, finances the kids, buys the big house, and pays the 1% fee. He looks rich to his neighbors today, but his cash flow is bleeding out. By year 10, he is stressed, cash poor, and terrified of inflation. Path 2. Walter avoids the showroom traps. He rents the RV, paints his cabinets, caps the family gifts, downsizes his home, and hires a flat-fee advisor. Same starting nest egg. But on path 2, His money compounds instead of draining. He hits year 20 with massive cash flow and absolute peace of mind. The only difference was refusing to buy into the showroom fantasy. True financial peace ain't gonna come from owning symbols of wealth. It comes from keeping your overhead low and keeping the middlemen out of your pockets. Never forget, every major purchase has a second life. Next time you're about to write a check for a retirement toy, ask yourself, will I still want to be paying for this 5 years from now? If the answer is no, walk away. Your bank account will thank you. Tell me in the comments, which of these 5 traps have you seen ruin the most retirements? I read every single comment, and the best wisdom always comes from your stories. If this video gave you a little clarity, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We do real money talk like this every single week. No hype, no fear, just the math that works. I'm Earl. This has been Earl's Money Talk. Take good care of yourself and take good care of that nest egg. And I will see you, as always, in the very next one.